And this is the 11th cranial nerve, right? So, like the hypoglossal nerve, this nerve is also motor in nature. Hypoglossal nerve is purely motor, so also accessory nerve is also purely motor in its own supply. The accessory nerve nucleus is also located within the medulla oblongata. And it also has another nucleus that is located within the spinal cord. So it means that the accessory nerve has two different categories of nuclei. One located in the medulla oblongata and the other one along the spinal cord from the level of C1 to C5. So that means this spinal accessory nerve nucleus lies within the segment of C1, C2, C3, C4, and C5. Are you clear? So if you now make a cross-section of the spinal cord like this is a cross-section here. You are going to see the posterior horn, anterior horn of the gray matter of the spinal cord. On the anterior horn of the spinal cord, on the lateral side, that is where exactly the spinal nucleus of the accessory nerve is located. So the spinal nucleus of the accessory nerve is located on the lateral side of the anterior horn of the gray matter of the spinal cord. So now it's supposed to say that the accessory nerve has two roots. We have cranial root, through which the rootlets emanate from the nucleus of that accessory nerve, and that nucleus is what we call nucleus ambiguous. If you remember this nucleus has, given rise to so many nerves. You get it? So the nucleus ambiguous, also accessory cranial part of the accessory nerve, takes origin from this nucleus ambiguous. So that is the cranial root. So the spinal root of this nerve, from all these segments, C1, C2, C3, the rootlets, combine together, along the lateral side of the spinal cord and the lateral side of the medulla oblongata, and this spinal root passes through the vertebral foramen. The vertebral foramen is being formed by the stacking of the vertebral bones. The vertebral bones, they have the vertebral canal at the center. So as they join like that, they form that vertebral foramen or vertebral canal through which the spinal cord passes through. So this spinal accessory part passes with the spinal cord through the vertebral canal or foramen into the foramen magnum. So as soon as this spinal root enters into the cranial cavity through the foramen magnum, it joins the cranial part of the accessory nerve, so that they form a single nerve. Are you clear? So the two roots combine together. Similarly, if you can remember, I discussed the nerves coming out from between the olive and the inferior cerebellar peduncle. That is the glossopharyngeal nerve and the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve also, as it comes out from that junction, it joins this spinal accessory nerve. So that means there is a merger between the spinal accessory nerve and the vagus nerve. The two together, they now enter into this jugular foramen. So this is what? This is jugular foramen. So it means that in the jugular foramen, how many nerves that we have? If you can remember, we made mention about the hypoglossal nerve passing through that. The vagus nerve also passes through that, and then the accessory nerve also passes through that. So we have three cranial nerves passing through the jugular foramen. So the vagus nerve also, merges with the accessory nerve. So as soon as this nerve, the accessory nerve comes out of the jugular foramen, together with the vagus nerve, the spinal root or spinal part of the accessory nerve detaches from the main nerve. Are you clear? Just inferior to the foramen, jugular foramen. So this branch now goes to the back to supply the trapezius muscles at the back of the neck and part of the shoulder, and the other branch supply this muscle that is lying anterior to our neck, that is the sternocleidomastoid muscle. So this spinal root supplies these two muscles. The remaining part, that is the cranial portion, continues with the vagus nerve. So through the branches of the vagus nerve, this cranial portion of the accessory nerve gets into the muscle of the palate to supply all the muscles of the palate except one muscle, that is tensopalatini, which I discussed the nerve supply of that muscle. Similarly, the other branch goes to the muscle of the pharynx to supply all the muscle of the pharynx except sternopharyngeus, which I also discussed recently, the glossopharyngeal nerve. So it also goes to supply the muscles of the larynx. So this cranial portion of the accessory nerve, I said it follows the vagus nerve. Through the branches of the vagus nerve, this accessory nerve, supplies the muscles of the palate, supplies the muscles of the pharynx, also supplies the muscles of the larynx. So by and large, this is accessory nerve. So if there is a lesion from within the cranium, lesion of this nerve from within this cranium, what happens? These muscles are all going to be paralyzed. Are you clear? So, and you know all the functions of these muscles, so the functions are going to be absent. But when you have a lesion of the nerve, just immediately after this detaches, it means the trapezius and the sternocleidomastoid muscle is the aspect. Are you clear? But if it is just below the foramen, below the jugular foramen, before it detaches from the main nerve, so it's the same as if the lesion is from within the cranium. Are you clear? That is all for the accessory nerve.